Okay, welcome back. We're back into the Subaru. Get freaking pumped because on this episode, hopefully the Subaru engine is going in the freaking Subaru. Don't know if we'll get a first start, but stick around because we're gonna drop it in.
Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, yeah, yeah. It's like a tracker, get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
Alright, so we got the new Subaru engine here and the old one there. The video I watched on how to pull a Subaru out told me to take off the air intake. I think it just gives you more room to get to things. But not sure because I just watched a video on how to put one in and it had it all together. So I'm going to try and drop this in all together instead of taking this off. It's going to be way less work and it just sounds like a way better way to do it. The only thing that will be difficult is like the exhaust shit in the turbo. That may be the reason why they do it. I don't know. I'm going to find out real soon. I'm pretty sure any of you Subaru guys watching are going to be like, you dumbass, you should have done it this way. But thanks for that. Put it in the comments. I'll read it later after I've already struggled. But what I'm going to do is I've got to change over a couple of things. I'll take this clutch off, clean it up a bit, make sure there's some meat on the pad. If it, on the disc, if it has, then we're sweet to go. If it doesn't, I'll have to get a new clutch. It's looking pretty AIDS. So, yeah. But the bare minimum, I'm going to take the flywheel and get it machined down the road and change over the, what do you call this thing? Throttle body? Because this one's got like some drive-by wire set up, don't know why. And I'm gonna swap that over to that one. And I've got a new exhaust system up there that came with the engine, and it's all like heat wrapped and everything. It's never been used, so I'm gonna pull that out and see if it fits because that will be going on as well. But yeah, let's get this clutch off and have a look how bad it is.
Chance would you take it? I've run so far but been patient. Times have changed but stayed patient. Sold drugs like a doctor my patients. If you had the talent would you make it? Probably not, cause let's face it, talent's not what it takes to be famous these days. It is all created. People wanna know how I did what I did, but I just did me until I won. Say you wanna move like a king but don't know shit, still living like a bum. Said he wanna move with a team but he got a reputation for being dumb. Asked if he can leave with a pin, come back and pay for it when he's done. Look, if you don't have the cash up front, then please don't come where I stay, is what they would say to pour out Joe, they're cold in the pouring rain. Then cry when crime comes to their place, cause we need dimes to pay for the drugs they're giving away. Kinda funny how the cycle's working, ayy. I'm just trying to make it out. I'm sick of playing this game. I'm sick of writing it out on the same old fucking page just to get a name for myself. I'm sick as Chris with my name on them just to handle my...
Alrighty, so got the flywheel on there, a bit of Loctite on the bolts. These bolts were the better ones out of the two. The other ones were disgusting. How nice does it look when it's been freshly machined, eh? Also gave this a clean, and this plate here is like got heaps on it. It's basically brand new. And that pressure plate just looks like shit, but it's not. And I just went to put this on here. I don't have an alignment tool, obviously. It's a Subaru one, and the other ones I have, LS and RB, completely different. So what you can do is you can make up your own clutch alignment tool. You want to have no clutch on there and have something that you can only just fit into the bush there, or bearing, whatever you want to call it, into that. So I've found this drill bit that's like pretty close, and then I added a little bit here to make it tight because you want it to be tight in there. And then when you slide this over, you just mark with your finger and go around with your tape to make it fat enough that it only just fits into the clutch disc. And then that way, I'll show you in a second, we can align it. I've seen that on the internet and it's a freaking awesome idea and it works. So let's have a crack. So I've got all the clutch bolts in here just like loose, and I can still move my clutch in there. It's not got any pressure on it. So if this alignment tool is done right, we should be able to poke it in past the clutch disc into the back there, and then it's pretty center, and then it just holds the disc in center. So if I just push that straight in. It should be right in the middle now. And I can just tighten up all these bolts. And we'll be sweet. Okay, so I've hooked up the engine crane to the engine. Pretty poorly mounted it on here with some bolts and whatnot. It's always a bit of a retro fit going on. I've got the turbo on there. I'm just going to nip up these bolts and make them tight. And I've put on the aftermarket exhaust downpipe. Nah, it's not the downpipe. It might be a downpipe. The pipe that goes from the turbo to the front section that links up, I don't know what you call these things, but it's an exhaust and it goes on each side of the engine, which is so weird, but it's going to be sick. It's definitely an upgrade from the old stock one that was full of water and fuel. So, and this came with the engine, which is a freaking awesome deal. I'm going to chuck that on and then try and chuck the whole thing in there. Let's see how we go.
It's okay, baby, I'ma hit it right. Worked on what we wanted, up together all night. But still for some reason we can't see eye to eye. And to my surprise, the whole time you with another guy. I find out and I let it slide. Biggest mistake that I made in my life, yeah. Wish I could change it, but hey, that's my life. Let's go, baby. You got a problem now?
Xavier came over and gave me a hand because it's definitely a two-man job. Slid his jack underneath, jacked the gearbox up a bit, and then yeah, we just wriggled it in. It actually went in so easy, like even easier than an RB, I reckon.
I reckon too, yeah.
Like that was actually crazy good.
Yeah, sick. It just got like slightly stuck on the turbo thing.
Yeah.
Just like a wiggle to get the right angle, and it fucking went.
Yeah, the turbo's like the tightest fit there, like super tight. But yeah, it just went straight in. Unfortunately, the camera stopped filming, so I didn't actually get the moment when we went hurrah! But yeah, it always happens.
Yeah.
But it's in. So now I'm gonna bolt up the bell housing to the engine, put the starter motor on, hopefully plug everything in. The only thing that's gonna stop me from actually trying to start it is the fuel lines, because yeah, I've got to get an AN fitting here with an adapter so I can have like a off the steel line, wherever it is, like this rubber one. I just need an adapter to make that go bam.
At least you can crank it.
We can crank it with no fuel. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. See the difference? Man, I can't wait to hear the WRX rumble.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be sick. Yeah. I just rev it for ages. It's like when you start a rotary. I've never done it before. Okay, so the engine is in. Everything is connected except for a couple of things. There's a few vacuum lines that I don't know where they go, so they're not connected. There's a charcoal canister here that I'm sure does not need connecting. I need a freaking air filter, but we can start it without that. I need a banjo bolt to go into the power steering that I don't have the right size because the Nissan ones are different. I need to suss out how to get the freaking belt on the aircon. It's not a necessity, but it needs to be done later. Power steering fluid, but the fuel lines are hooked up with this dodgy AN fitting situation. Intercooler's on, turbo's on, the aftermarket headers are on, and yeah, we're ready to try and start it. The battery's connected, hopefully enough charge. Oil in the engine, oil filter. What more could you need? Hopefully there's fuel in it. But let's see if it starts. I also have to get a new key for this because it actually snapped off inside the ignition. So it's in two pieces, and the only way to start it, the piece is inside it, then you put the other half in and then it works. What the fuck? Are you ready to take it?
Yeah, mate. I can go for it. It cranks.
Cranks, turns over.
Sick, you can hit the pump.
You can what?
You hit pump prime and it...
It's a good start. What we have is we have the engine turning over, cranking, and not kicking in and firing, but we're almost there, mate. I think we've got no fuel. Xavier notices no fuel pressure on the gauge, so I'm just gonna have a look and see, make sure I've got the fuel lines around the right way, because I literally have no idea, and there's a 50-50 chance. And yeah, I'm gonna check that. Damn, that's a hectic full moon tonight. Unbelievable. So yeah, the car doesn't start yet. My battery's pretty low, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Doesn't start yet. I'm pretty sure so the fuel is definitely getting up to the front of the engine. Fuel pump's working, it's priming. I took the line off and it pisses out, good sign. So we've got fuel up to there. I'm not sure if my fuel lines are around the right way or not. With the fuel pressure regulator, is it supposed to be on the return line or on the feed? Because yeah, at the moment I got it on the return, and I think that's right. So it should be getting fuel all the way through to the engine. The spark plugs, I have to check that, but I could also have something unplugged. Most of the wiring harness was connected already, and I've just plugged in like those main big connectors. So I'll have to do some fault finding, have to figure out why it's not firing. But when I do that, hopefully it starts, and then I can work on a few other things on it and get this beast up for sale. I do want to like go for a spin in it and enjoy it, because I've never had a proper turbo WRX before. Pretty exciting. So if you guys are excited as me to see this car actually on the road and driving, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Subscribe if you're new here. If you're a Subaru guy, then yeah, stick around. Plenty more to come. Peace. Got a feeling.